Alright, fellas. Gonna be doing a quick little video about Stonevaults. That's not true. Don't do that. Why are you rude? Why are you lying? Okay. This is a plus 11. Got fortified. We are going with a Frost DK, a Frost Mage, and our friend Kamu. Resto Shaman, and me tanking. Okay, first pull, we're gonna pull the entire hallway, just the hallway though, I'm lusting that. There's a few important things to worry about in this hallway. I will go back. We're gonna do it quick. First of all, we have a golem. It's doing a frontal as well as an AoE smash. This hurts. Use a defensive potentially. Okay, we've got a bunch of other mobs and this specific cast here. I haven't set up my player actually correctly, but you can see the Void Souls is doing a fear cast. You want to make sure to kick that or you will probably wipe on a higher key. The Arcing Voids, which these Cursed Heart Invaders are casting, is not a very big deal, especially not if on you. You can easily spell block this and not worry about it. Another thing that is a massive issue is curses. They are insta apply curses to people and these tick like a motherfucker. So curses spells are a big deal. Right, we kill that pack, we're going left side, we're focusing the golem down, and we will kill it and then chain to the two other golems. As soon as you kill those, the boss will trigger, so watch out. These are just the same mobs as previously. After we kill the golem, we chain, then we kill one golem, then we chain again. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. You see that we're prying it. It's going down. I forgot to show you the route, by the way. I will take a... We'll let you have a quick glance at that. Something like this ish. Pull 13 is obviously not like this. Not everything is like this, but this is how we're playing the mobs. And some funny business is happening on first boss as well. Alright. Chaining. Bam. Killing everything off. Then we pull boss. Okay. Waiting for affix. Pulling boss. This boss is doing volatile spikes first thing off, and that's 3 spikes spawning. You only want to break 2 to minimize the damage income in each phase. So now we broke 3 because, well, we're just not very good at the game, I guess. Got spikes again, beams again. Whenever we break them, it applies a debuff per spike broken. Ideally, you want to also have the same person break both of the spikes, because this way you get a lower duration. He applies a debuff on the tank, as you will see, as following. I have a debuff now, okay. This is gonna get dispelled. He's dispelling at wrong time though. It leaves a 6-second debuff on me, which gives me a 50% DR. It was actually at the right time, my bad. This is something you can use to survive the tank buster. Alright, so we got it again. Actually, I Stonevault the first one, that's why it was good timing. And then at some point he also breaks the remaining spikes. This is a very interesting thing. I do not fucking know how the fuck this happened. Maybe Breath of Cindergosa through the wall. This is a bug, should probably report it. We did not intend to do this, but it was a nice time saver in the end. But it's also scary because there's mobs here. The Forge Hands apply a stacking debuff which increases your damage taken by 10%, I believe. I use Spear to kite away from them, which is probably the only thing ever I fucking use Spear to kite. I usually don't do that. It's fucking shite. Alright, pulling this, and I think we're playing it safe. This is gonna hurt, because I didn't have my spell reflect up yet. I should have probably saved until I had it up, but it really doesn't matter, because we're just smoking through the pack. This is turning into a pretty big pull, and here we've also got new mobs. The turn speaker, which is this guy, he casts every 15 seconds, casts a silence on whatever target he's targeting. So doesn't affect us tanks too much, but it does affect some specific spells. You do want to watch out. But the real deal here is Piercing Howl from the Void-bound Howler. That together with the AoE from not from any of these. And then there's also curses here from the Cursed Heart Invaders. Alright, we will go through this pack, and this guy is doing an AoE. He's doing Tank Buster and AoE. I missed the Tank Buster reflect. It's a massive reflect, so please do try to make it. It's doing it every 15 seconds, I believe, and I was too late with my spell effects. I didn't have it up insta. In between those tank busters, he's doing a massive AoE as well, so do use a defensive for that. Here we've got the same mobs again. It's just rinse, repeat. Only thing that you actually would have to care about is the Void Bound Spoiler, as well as silences. If your healer gets silenced, you might get fucked. This is nothing special. We go for this boss, and this is a pretty good last boss in my opinion. We will most likely last on cooldown, and we're always killing just one shot at a time. When you kill a shot, it applies a debuff that stays for 3 seconds in total, I believe. So you want to let the debuff wear off, then kill the next one. If you do not kill these, the boss will sucky on them, and he will gain a bigger shield than normal. Now, first time he does this eruption, it spawns crystals. Second time, it spawns black orbs, just like these. You see that one, etc. These are stackable debuffs that you can pick up. They increase your damage dealt to the shield the boss gains. They also tick for a massive amount, and they also increase healing done. So I think in general, our healer takes 1 or 2. And I try to pick up like 3 or 4 most of the time. I didn't, but we're still blasting through this, and it's fine. But that is basically this boss fight. Rinse, repeat. Move out of the AoE, but that's, I think it's a pretty obvious thing. There we killed 2 by the same time, and you can see it's really bad because it extends the debuff duration, as well as more damage. And now we killed 2 at the same time again. You were told that the tank... Why? We don't take any damage from it. My damage is not that much fucking lower. No one else can carry 3 or 4 balls. They usually just end up despawning. Let me look if there's any logic into that, but I strongly doubt there's any logic into the tank not taking the balls.
It will surprise you to learn that I am not popular.
Healing and damage done to fortified shell by 50%. This effect stacks, and it hurts. So you do want to pick it up. Right, I'm talking like a fucking freak and I'm muted. Right, I was saying, it doesn't make any fucking sense to not pick up the orbs as a tank. You could funnel it to whatever DPS player, but the first orbs are gonna despawn, or he's gonna have to pick them up too early, so he's gonna die. Most likely. Or he will only be able to do it once, which just doesn't make sense then. Whatever. Let's move past that. Here we got new ads again. The Mender, the Forgebound Mender, is doing casts. I think he's casting just some random damage bolt at people, as well as the... Then I think he also is healing the... I don't actually know how their heal works. No, I don't want to open weak cards. I don't think it's anything too special. Casts are cast to the mechanics. Machines to restore an ally, healing the ally for 40% of the maximum health. I think that is over duration though. Yeah, it buffs healing the whole time, so I think in general it's instant. Oh really? My bad. But it's a pretty long cast. But maybe I'm retired. I think it stays in channels though, doesn't it? No, I'm confused. I'm sorry. Because it buffs healing the whole time. Yeah, so probably every phase your healer should pick up one. I do believe. I think one is probably more than fine, dependent on how you're doing it. The small robots are gonna just jump to places. They're gonna heroic leap and then it's gonna hurt. You don't wanna stand in that. The big boy, the loader, is doing a frontal and a tank buster, kind of. It's not hurting that much. These are the naughty mobs, and I want to see if I remembered correctly with 10% damage increase. It's 5 only, my bad. But it stacks. So it does start hurting pretty quickly. As you can see, I set my shield wall now, but it was a bit early. It's really nice with a Frost Mage here for these. Not gonna lie. Now, there's a very big thing in this dungeon for the next upcoming boss, and that is a 10% versatility buff. I believe you can pick it up as a dwarf. I'm not sure what all kind of dwarves, but probably all dwarves can pick it up, I think. Then warrior as well, I believe, and then blacksmithing. 25 in blacksmithing, I think you can pick it up then. So we're pulling these into the next one. This is a bit messy. No, it actually wasn't. Just the start is a bit sketchy with all the casts. Because it is a lot of casts. Finishing it, and over here you can see the item to pick up. If I will right click it, and I will try to... Well, I was too fucking quick. I'm not gonna try and stop on that. We're waiting for these. And we pull the pack, we run through. Everyone should actually just line to the right side, probably. Here, just control the pack, it's nothing new. We move on to boss. Okay, pulling boss. You always want to kick Brock. And the second most important thing here is they have to die evenly. If one dies before the other one, they start to fucking hurt so much. You're not gonna heal it for more than a few seconds, most likely. Alright. Speaker Brock does molten metal. You wanna kick that. If it's not kicked, it's group-wide damage. The other boss, which is Speaker Dorlita, is doing... Yeah, whatever, a hammer. It's a tank buster. It doesn't hurt too much. And then he's also doing a frontal. This orb hurts and leaves a dot if you stay in it, I believe. It hurts a fuck ton. Do not soak that. Now, the main mechanic during this boss fight is there's 4 vents, you see? Bam, 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 bam. One of these vents is always going to be a safe zone. You see there's fire sprouting up here, 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 and this one is clear. Okay, so now there's going to say frontal, and he pulls that out. Whenever Dolita goes to pull it out, there's exploding things in every direction, apart from, well, every 90 degrees. Now, that happens each other. So, next one is gonna be fine, it's just gonna drag it through, and it's no biggie. Then it drags it back, I believe at least. Should be dragging it back, yeah. And then we wanna dodge again. So this is the safe one, stand here, bam. But if you have to choose, you take the fires from this shit instead of taking the fire from the box. And boss is dead. I don't think you need lust for this boss. I think the other one is harder. This is more mechanically. It's not very hard right now. It used to be hard. Yeah, you can probably just min-max it as well. I think I did that early, but it really isn't that hard to keep up with the mechanic. As long as you get used to it, I feel like. We sap that, we're sapping the next guy, and then we can take the card. Bam. And here comes the scuffed part where we're trying to deplete the key. So, this is not how I would recommend doing this. I'd not like doing the rock smasher now. If he's here, I don't think it's worth waiting for him to patrol back and then pull the others. So I think if you pull this, you just pry the rock smasher down for a bit. But I'm like, this is too small, pulling more, and then people are clowning with the frontals, with the charges. They're dying. And we're just lucky that that wasn't pulled, because then we would have wiped. Having another death, another death, another death. As you can see, it's a fucking shit show. And weird reason I remember he's pulling box before the wind casting. Oh, that is weird. I haven't had that happen, but I believe that happens because you fucked up with the affix. Whenever you don't do the affix, spell timers can change. I think this might be a massive issue for something as last boss in Brackenhide Hollow, right? We fucked up the spell queue, and that way we just made it a piss easy boss. Oh, you depleted another necrotic shock. Okay, so as soon as this is dead and the caster is dead, we'll play the others. And actually we're finishing this, so Rogue can restart because we don't have a healer here. Yeah, it was almost impossible. You see it. Yeah, that's fair. We're gonna pull the 3 next mobs. These are a bit special. We're taking it safe and chill because they spawn totems. Totems. These totems explode for a shit fucking ton of damage if you don't kill them. Pull over Nersuda. They probably would be rucked. I haven't bothered changing. I timed an 11 before the changes, and then I've just played the same route. And on a 12, I don't think I'd play Gatekeepers. They're gonna hurt like a fuck ton. We asked pull this pack, so now it's also another fucking mess here. Very messy. So same thing. The issue here is the Rock Smasher stack. They apply a debuff, which every time they smashy, you take increased damage from the smashy. Yeah, they probably are shocky. But I think that's at 12. Like, until 12, you can definitely play them. I'm not sure if I would without having a crafter in the pool where you would hit the Gatekeeper, though. So, this is messy, but we're fine. Alright, on to last boss. Well, who wouldn't hate their healer? Okay. So... the reason I'm pinging here is because throughout this dungeon, our rogue is saying, okay, so what do I do on this boss? So he did at the time, which was, I think, yesterday, a world rank 14 key, not actually knowing strats of bosses. So I'm saying whenever he gets debuff, he goes to Portal. Shut the fuck up, Red, okay? It's gonna ban you real quick. Now, there's a frontal on this boss, and then there's also shit puddles that you're gonna drop. Void Corruption is debuffs on people. These are the ones that you wanna move into the portals, and then they consume your debuff. If you move into a portal without the debuff, you will get sucked in and you will die. Alright, thank you. Now, puddles we drop to the side. Void Corruption again. This is increasing damage over time, so you don't want to hold it for too long. I don't, even as a tank, but you let everyone else break theirs first. And try to kind of keep it in the middle, the boss that is. Or maybe help people out with being a bit closer. Because the frontal gets pretty wide later on. It shouldn't be that hard to dodge, but all in all, this is a pretty fun and easy fight, I feel like. But I think it might get real hard later when we want to min-max times. This turned into a fucking long video anyways. I didn't mean to make it 20 minutes. But Stonevault is a long key. However, we timed it, 2.5 minutes left-ish. All in all, fine run. GG's.